It's been a few weeks since I did one of these, and I can tell you guys right now, this video will not have an intro. This video will not have me saying silly, stupid things. This video will not be me joking. This video is one of passion. This video is coming from an individual who is beaten down. This video is coming from an individual who I feel like I should sue for emotional distress. I should write a letter to Shad Khan and Trent Baalke and every other talking head in that organization. Doug Peterson, I'll get to him in a second. And sue the crap out of him for emotional distress of what this football team has done to me. 2 weeks in a row, I've cried real tears over this abysmal organization. Last week, when the Jaguars, we all wanted Trevor Lawrence to do the game-winning drive. We all wanted Trevor Lawrence to put the team on his back and go win a football game. That's what we've all been saying. Trevor's a bust. Trevor sucks. Trevor sucks. Trevor can't do it. Trevor can't win the game. Trevor can't drive down the field and win the game. We talk about Trevor sucks. It's a bust. Well, last week against the Colts, 10-minute drive, put the Jags up, touchdown to Christian Kirk. That should have been it, wasn't it? Because Shaquille Griffin said nope. Okay? This week, the Jaguars, penalties, mistakes, bad coaching decisions by Doug Peterson cost us this football game. And in typical Jaguar fashion, we lose by a yard. It's not even a one-possession game. It's a one-yard game. And why didn't we have timeouts in order to maybe, when we got down to the 1-yard line, have another opportunity for another play? Well, because we like to call timeouts early in the third quarter, early in the fourth quarter, for a 3rd and 3 that, of course, shocker, this will shock you. We call a timeout when the Giants have 3rd and 3 and Saquon Barkley picks up 5 anyway, so it doesn't matter, which I always find hilarious. Okay? This game was very poorly managed. This game, I don't even know where to start. I guess I'll start by maybe apologizing to some of you people for not making content, because I've had some stuff going on in my personal life, and honestly, the Jaguars are killing me. The Jaguars are emotionally and mentally killing me. And some of you may say, oh, this loser on the internet, this guy, oh, the Jaguars are killing him. Well, he don't have a life, oh, it's just a game. It's just a game. Calm down. It's just a football game. Relax. Let me tell you something. I work hard. Okay? I work very hard at my job. I'm not some loser living in my mom's basement like some of the comments on my videos might lead you to believe. I work a legitimate job. I have a career, not a job. I have a career. I work hard. I work very hard 5 days a week. And the one thing that I really look forward to at the end of my work week, because Saturday is my last work day of my week. So you know what? Get through this work day, last day of my work week, get to watch the Jags tomorrow. Maybe they'll pull it out. Despite that abysmal offensive performance against the Houston Texans. No business losing that football game. Despite giving up yet again a double-digit point lead like they did in Philly to the Indianapolis Colts last week. Despite that, and back-to-back weeks. You know what? I woke up this morning. You know what Jersey Jaguar said to himself? He said, I think the Jaguars can win this game. We're favored. I don't know how, but we're favored. Maybe we can pull this one out. Trevor will have a good game. Defense will have a good comeback game, right? And Russell Wilson won't be with the Denver Broncos the week after in London. Maybe the Jags can rip off the next 2. We'll be 4-4. We'll be right there in the middle of the AFC South. division race, maybe even the wild card race, you know. Who knows? Who knows? Guess what? I have a spoiler for you. If you are one of those Jaguar fans that expected them to make the playoffs this year, or at least hoped they'd make the playoffs this year, they're not making the playoffs this year. Spoiler. Spoiler. Sorry to crush your hopes and dreams. This team is not making the playoffs this year. I don't know when, if ever, that will ever happen, to be completely honest with you. Let's get into this football game a little bit. I thought Trevor played well, for the most part. I'm sure some of you idiots will come on here and say he's a bust and we should have kept Minshew and, you know, all the stupid things that you people say. I'm sure that'll happen. I thought for back-to-back weeks, Trevor played a pretty good game. Travis Etienne, outside of his big screw-up, fumbling in the back of the end zone, I thought, yet again, for the third week in a row, continues to show he's a really, really good player. However, James Robinson. Did James Robinson have one carry in this game? I can't think of one carry that James Robinson had in this game. I want to know what kind of, like, blackmail, whose mother did he slap? Like, what did James Robinson do to who in the Jacksonville Jaguars organization that makes them hate him so much? I don't understand for the life of me. I don't think J-Rob got one touch today. Not one touch. The third running back, whose name is slipping my brain, number 22, he had the big run against Indy last week. He's looked pretty solid. Adding to the whole, I don't know why we drafted, I almost said Storm Johnson, God. I don't know why we drafted Snoop Connor, because this dude is making that pick totally irrelevant, totally stupid. But be that as it may, there is no excuse why James Robinson doesn't have a touch in a game. It's ridiculous. And at this point, if Travis Etienne keeps going the way he is, and if James Robinson keeps going the way he is, not his fault, don't be surprised if this is his last year in Duval. I hate that. You have no idea how much I hate that. I have a signed James Robinson jersey hanging on the wall of my man cave. I hate it. But for whatever reason, again, I don't know whose mother he slapped. I don't know whose dog he shot. But someone in that organization hates James Robinson. Can't figure it out for the life of me. Doug Peterson, while I believe wholeheartedly he is the best head coach that the Jaguars have had in a very long time, despite his 2-5 record now at this point, he needs to stop it. With the going for it on fourth down. He needs to stop it. Big time. Needs to stop. Stop doing it. If you have the lead at home, which, by the way, couldn't tell that it was in Jacksonville. Now, I live on the other side of the country. Okay, in order for me to go to a Jaguars home game, I have to drop $500 on a plane ticket, rent a hotel, rent an Uber, whatever, you know, to go to and from throughout all the city. I have to put out quite a bit of money in order to go to a Jaguar home game, plus get off of work and, you know, whatever. I have to jump through a bunch of hoops to go to a Jaguars home game. The people in Jacksonville ain't got to go through those same hoops that I do. Now, I understand. Believe me. Believe me, do not misconstrue what I am saying. You people, me and you people, especially the in Jacksonville fans, with Khan taking home games and putting them in London, you people have been screwed. Okay? I get that. More ways than one. You've been screwed with your home games. You've been screwed with the product on the field for the last 15 years. I get it. I get it. But what I saw on my television today with all those Giants fans was disgusting. I watched half the game muted. Because between the god-awful commentator that was on there, I never heard him before, but he was abysmal. It was making me, I was more angry at him than the fact that the Jaguars were losing. I had to mute it, especially on that last drive. I could not listen anymore. Also, Trevor Lawrence, we want him to be the next Peyton Manning, right? That's what we want because, that's what he was told we were going to be. And Jaguar fans are like, oh, we're going to have a future Hall of Fame quarterback. We're going to have the next Peyton Manning, blah, 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 right? You want to know one thing that Peyton Manning had in his career with the Colts? Silence. Silence on offense. Do you think if Peyton Manning needed a game-winning touchdown drive in Indianapolis in his prime, do you think he'd have to fight crowd noise? Do you think he'd have to scream and stuff over crowd noise and do this? Do you think that was a thing? Promise you, it was not. Trevor Lawrence today, it was like he was in Seattle. It was like he was in Kansas City. It was like he was in Denver. Disgusting. Disgusting. That's all I'm going to say about that. Sickening. Sickening. Look how red my face is getting. I'm so angry at this. The more things change, the more they stay the same. And I don't want the Jaguars to be the same way that they've been. I want to win football games. When we were 2-1, I felt on top of the world. When Andre Sisco had that pick six against the Eagles, I was like, oh my God, this is us now. Like, holy crap, like we're actually good. I can't believe this. Like, this is 2017 all over again. No. It's not. The Jaguars are still bad. The Jaguars are still undisciplined. Doug Peterson is making crucial decisions. See, it's kind of my cousin who's a Jaguar fan as well. I poisoned his young mind as a child. He said something to me today that is actually very, very true. If you look at the good things of the Jaguars this season, you go, well, that's because of Doug Peterson, and you would be correct. But then again, if you look at some of the bad stuff about this season, you say, yeah, that's because of Doug Peterson too. You are correct. And Doug has to find that balance. Is Jersey Jaguar coming on here saying the Jaguars need to fire Doug Peterson? Absolutely not. No. I still think that the combination of Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence gives this organization its best chance of long-term success that we've had in forever. I still believe that 100%. But Doug has to get better managing the game. Run the ball. Find a healthy balance between ETN now that he's emerging, now that he is getting more comfortable in an NFL offense. You can clearly see it. The last 3 weeks he's been great. Give James Robinson the ball. Just find a balance. Find a balance. That's all I'm going to say. Another thing I want to say before I close this video out. The Jaguars' pass rush is horrible. Josh Allen makes me sad. He makes me really sad. Non-existent. I feel like I haven't really seen him since week 2 against the Colts. He's non-existent. Trayvon Walker had a sack today. Whatever. I see Kayvon Thibodeau affecting Trevor Lawrence. I see the Jaguars having to chip Kayvon Thibodeau, help out Cam Robinson, who we just paid, okay, with Kayvon Thibodeau and Trayvon Walker. When we need to get the Giants off the field, he's nowhere to be found. But hey, he didn't commit a roughing the passer penalty. He didn't commit any dumb, boneheaded plays like that today. So that's good, I guess. Progress, right? Because that's what we've been told for the last 15 years. Progress, that we're getting better. We're getting better every week, every year. There's always next year. Well, listen, I'm going to tell you guys this. Yeah, there's always next year, but I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys, honestly. I love this team very much. People who know me in my personal life, they associate me with this football team. I love the Jaguars very much. I don't know when and if they'll ever be good. And I don't mean if they beat the Broncos next week. Oh, see, they won, you know. I mean, like, I don't even mean like 2017, because I don't expect 2017 every year. No fan really should. Okay? But when will we ever be consistent winners? I don't know. I don't know if that'll happen. I do think that Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence gives us the best shot at long-term success. When will that long-term success kick in finally? That I can't tell you. That's all I got for you guys. I just ranted on for 16 minutes. And if you watched all the way to this point, I appreciate it. Go Jags. Screw the Titans.